Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back for some more Pathfinder Kingmaker on Last Azlanti and Unfair. So in the previous episode, we got invited to the Rushlight Tournament, which is going to be a big deal in Pathfinder Kingmaker. It's one of the big events. It's also our next main quest for the War of the River Kings chapter. So we have to visit the Rushlight Tournament in Pitax. And at the same time, we also got a companion quest, A Bard's Calling, which is just saying take Linz to the Rushlight Tournament. Something I also want to note, it says right here that tournament's about to begin, we better hurry, so I think this is timed. I did check the wiki, I didn't find anything talking about a strict timeline, so I think we have some time before we have to go there. And I was also thinking about who I was gonna take out of the party in order to bring Lindsay in. And I think the more viable option here is gonna be Valerie. Because what Valerie would do for us in the Rushlight Tournament isn't something that Lindsay cannot also do, and even better. Because what I would need for the Rushlight Tournament is essentially skill checks. And Lindsay, she also has Good Hope, which is something that we do use on Valerie. But even better than that, we have Heroism Greater, which will give us a +4 morale on skill checks as well as a bunch of other things as well. So I'm gonna take Lindsay instead of Valerie. And I don't really expect to have to fight with her, but just in case something does happen, I am gonna swap some stuff here for her. She can take the Shock Light Crossbow because she is specialized in that. If we do end up, for some weird reason, having to tank with her, she can take Blade Guard. I'll just give her some kind of light armor. Ghost Leather is 5, Assassin's Change is 8. So you can take that. You can take this belt. You can take +3 here. You have a +6 where you need it. Awesome. Take some resistances. Take a better ring if I can find one. There we go. And in terms of gloves or boots, I can give her movement speed. Doesn't really matter. Athlete's gloves. This might come in handy for Rigongar. But it's competence, which is something that Lindsay can also buff with her song. And the Trap Springer's gloves, I think I'm going to equip this already on Knock Knock. Because what he has just gives an untyped bonus. Yeah, just +4 bonus. So he's currently at 32 trickery. If we equip the gloves, we're going to go up 37, yeah. And we do 1 trickery for the Rushlight Tournament. On that same note, I am already going to equip on my main character here the Mesmerizing Robe, which will give us a +10 competence bonus to persuasion checks. And if we compare this to Valerie's shirt, this one gives us also, this one gives us a +5 untyped bonus to persuasion skill checks. So technically, this could be better than the Mesmerizing Robe, but I don't think I have anything that's gonna give me like 6 competence bonus to persuasion, so I think this is just better overall for right now at least. Okay, so with our sexy shirt equipped, I think we're good to advance here. But before we do go, I do want to wait for the Ancient Curse Part 5, because we're still waiting for the report. And I guess while we wait, I can claim the Tors of Lebanese. And I forgot, what is this again? It's over there. Okay, not like a very interesting area, but I'll still take it. 350, it's expensive. It's only 7 days, so I think we're good. Report is ready. Okay, cool. We may have skipped some more time than necessary, but at least we got this done right now. Okay, so we can now also advance in the Tenebrous Depths. You suck. You... How do you even fail this, man? Disaster. -5 military. I think we're fine to lose some points in military, though. We got the Mountain Resort. No special effect. Visitor awaits in the... Okay, this is the Bald Hilltop event. This is likely going to be Octavia and Rigongar's quest. Amiri's quest. And the mercenary army... Well, try and make up for the mess you did. Okay, so let's go in. Come to the tavern after the council. We need to talk about my damn tribe and Nilak, and about the ghost. Will you come? I will wait. I will try not to get drunk, but I really want to. Okay, let's try not to get you drunk, please. Remember those books from Maestro Janus's study? We'd hoped to find something about our past in them. Well, we did, and I'm kind of sorry we looked. We actually found something, but it's a sensitive conversation. We'll wait for you in the palace garden near the viewing point. Yeah, so this is their quest line. And I do believe that both of their quests are going to be very, very simple and straightforward. 19k, nice. No matter what curses the denizens of the First World cast upon you, no matter what cruel tactics they use, you repel them all with valor. Bravo, your highness. Accept this humble gift as a sign of gratitude for your subjects. Lindsay chuckles carelessly. Whatever Nyrisa has planned, I'm sure we can handle it. Each of our attacks is stronger than the last, but we're getting stronger too. Tristian's whisper is barely audible. In any case, it won't be long. Why do you think the attacks keep getting more dangerous? I think Nyrisa has been playing with us. If she attacked at full strength a few years ago, when the barony of Middle-earth was still in the cradle, we couldn't possibly have endured. I bet she still needed to keep us alive for something. But now that we've lost our usefulness, she decided to finish us off. I have a different theory. This curse from the Bald Hilltop is an unstable portal, a bridge between Golarion and the First World, and the more it is used, the more firmly anchored it becomes, which allows Nyrisa to send through more and more powerful armies. This would make more sense to me. I think both of you are right. The stability of the portal does play an important role in the increasing power of Nyrisa's attacks. However, it is true that she allowed the barony of Middle-earth to get on its feet, at least when it was newly formed. Okay, so how soon until Nyrisa is able to bring the full power of her army down upon us? I'd assume her strength has nearly reached its peak. We might not be there yet, but the next assault will surely be especially dangerous. Can we use the portal on the Bald Hilltop to get to the First World and battle Nyrisa? Alas, not yet. The passage between worlds is not reliable. We can't be sure of where it will take us, or if it will activate at all. Such is the nature of unstable First World portals. Such a portal is unreliable even for denizens of the First World. We only see a small portion of the hordes that Nyrisa sends through the portal to attack us. Nyrisa doesn't care what happens to the countless who go missing. However, with each attack, the portal becomes more and more stable. I would imagine that soon the passage will become a steady bridge between Golarion and the First World. We only need to wait for the moment to attack. Okay, so we must prepare for the next attack. We will prepare well. Just let her try to come us again. We'll beat her back to where she came from. I'll cap our victory by writing a song about her, a really funny and embarrassing one. Everyone in the First World will be singing it for her. Okay, Lindsay. I hope you do. Okay, so let's just clear out the events. This is done, this is done, this is done. This is still just telling us to go there. Now, in terms of regions, I'm fine on BP. Where would I put... Does it even matter? I guess I'll place it here. I don't see myself coming here a lot more often, but I'll just do this. We're gonna go for our usual stuff here. I'm gonna go for the bulletin board, and since we wanted some more economy, how was I doing this? I think it was the shop next to the tavern, next to the smithy. So shop, tavern, smithy, and that should be fine. Okay, so our events are cleared, good. Let's go and meet up with Amiri and both of them outside. So I think it's near where Harem usually is. That's what they call the viewing point, because you have a nice view over the barony. Yeah, it's actually over here. I thought it was gonna be over there. Rigongar stands between a tree, gloomily looking down on the city below. Ah, there you are. Well, we found my tribe. Now we just have to go have ourselves a friendly chat. The half-orc clenches his fists. And what about Octavia? Did you learn anything about her family? We did. Turns out she's... Stop. No, I'm shutting up. That's her news to tell you. How did you end up figuring it all out? Oh, that's not the story entirely. We looked through Janusz's books for a while, found where he bought us, from who helped him. We got all we could from them, but checking up on the information would have meant traveling all across Numeria and half of the River Kingdoms. As you might recall, it wasn't exactly quiet here at the time. Not that it ever is, right? But you know we'd never leave you to clean a mess like that yourself. We ended up hiring a pretty brave crew headed by a good scout. We can't do everything ourselves, right? They pulled some strings, followed some leads, and figured everything out for us. Well, almost everything. The most important parts, Octavia and I will find out for ourselves when we pay our families a visit. Are you looking for revenge? Not sure what I want yet. Maybe, maybe not. Might be enough just looking at these freaks to be sure nature's punished them well enough without me. I'm really just looking for some closure, that's all. So who's your tribe? The sewer rats. Wait, no, that's not it. The crab lice? The threadbare moles? Man, I just can't seem to remember. Oh, right, the dung pigs. The half-orc gives you a lopsided grin. Fine, fine. They call themselves the Sharp Fangs, and for good reason. Rigongar grins, displaying his teeth, smaller than an orc's but still large and sharp. They have kids with orcs to strengthen their blood. Not bad, huh? They breed themselves like pedigree cattle. Kinda messed up. So I've really been sold twice. First by my orc sow of a mother, who took some gold to push me and my brother out, never to see us again. Then my father chose which of us to keep and which to sell to the slavers. Treated like an animal my whole life. I'm surprised I'm not barking on all floors. Lawful good. They tried to turn you into an animal, but you kept your humanity. That's something to be proud of. Ha! True, true. You just can't break Rigongar. Alright, let's go meet your tribe. And then Octavia. Octavia pensively fiddles with a small metal trinket while she waits. It takes her a moment to notice you as you approach. Oh, hi. It seems we haven't been properly introduced. Allow me. Octavia della Fiorni, heir to a noble title, a family manor, even a coat of arms with the motto. With a sad smile, Octavia shows you the trinket she was playing with. It's a fibula decorated with a coat of arms, a butterfly and an arrow. At the bottom you see the motto, serve solely my conscience. So you're from a noble family. I could hardly believe it myself, but there's no doubt. I'm the missing daughter of Marchioness della Fiorni. Missing, that's what they're calling it. How did you discover all this? It took a lot of work. After going through Janusz's ledgers, not only did we find information about our purchase, we found a wealth of other data as well. Connections, suppliers, meeting places, but tracking it all down ourselves would have required crossing half the River Kingdoms and all of Numeria, and we couldn't abandon you. So we did the boring but practical thing like kings or their entourage might do. We hired a team of sleuths to follow the trail, so the same thing. They found everything, who bought us, who'd been sold, yeah. Finding my family was relatively easy, the Marchioness was already looking for me herself. They just needed to put a few pieces together to realize I was the missing heir of Della Fiorni family. On the other hand, Regis' tribe had to be found looking glass. But it's no matter, we certainly paid them well for their trouble. Do you know where to find your family? There isn't one really. The Della Fiorni family was waning before I was born. My mother's the last one. She's living in Pitax, convenient, in a small town house. I'm going to pay her a visit and I'd like you to accompany me. Chaotic good. You can go for chaotic good just for the fun answer, I guess. I'm not gonna go for chaotic, I'm just gonna say fine, I'll travel with you. Thank you, it means a lot to me. And finally, we are going to speak with Amiri. The tavern should be around here, right? Yeah, it's just not marked on the map. I remember their quests, I don't remember Amiri's quest. Amiri. Remember that evil spirit who haunted the 6 bears, the one who we drove away? Well, don't think I'm crazy, but he visited me in the dream. Says I'm a thief because I stole his sword. Remember, that big one, our mag broke it. Also, says he has all my tribe as hostages. All of them, Nilek too. Says they will be dead if I don't return the sword. Did you really steal that sword from a giant? Well, oh, no need to lie now. I found it. I lied to everyone I took it in battle, but that giant was dead for a long time. How could I know he would want his old piece of iron back? Does he know that the sword is broken? He knows. I saved the hilt. The ghost tells me to forge a new blade. He even set out to do it. There's a whole ritual. Where's he keeping our tribe? He said, first I have to fix the sword, and then he will tell me where my tribe is. I'll see what I can do. I understand. The repair will cost a lot. I never held so much amount in my hands. But Nilak, the barbarian, shakes her head in grief. Okay, I think this is a barony event. So let's actually go over here and fix this. She says it will cost a lot. Let's find out how much a lot is. Ah, that's fine. 45 days. Well, I'm not gonna have a storyteller for 45 days then. That is a lot of time. Why so much time? God damn. Okay, so I'm gonna purchase some BP here. Oh, I'm over 1 million! Hey! Well, not for long. Let me buy like 300. Am I still over? Oh, I'm still over 1 million. Yeah. I'm rich. Worry not. All of that money is gonna go down the drain very, very soon. Alright. So, let's see what we're gonna do here. We will leave. I am very sadly gonna take out Valerie from my party. That always hurts me. I will bring in Lindsay. And I'm gonna leave their quests for after the Rushlight Tournament. I want to get this done as quickly as possible. So the Rushlight Tournament is there, in the Rushlight Fields, I think. I'm guessing the quickest way is to travel to Direburg and then just cross here and go down. Okay. I've done that, okay. Random encounter. It didn't say enemies, but... well, it is enemies. Cultists, I'm going to assume that these are the guys that turn into owlbears. Okay. I need to be somewhat careful with Lindsay because she's gonna die very easily. I mean, she does have some defenses, right? But still. Okay, our initiative sucks. Okay, so we have somebody casting something, a bunch of archers that are all aiming at the... Why is my leopard injured? Weird. Okay, so Mr. Leopard, go over there. I think these two are gonna turn into owlbears. So I'm actually gonna wait here so we're not flat-footed when fighting them. Get some mirror images here. You are gonna wait here. What is Cordampina doing? Cordampina can maybe get out some fodder here. And Lindsay... nauseate people if she can. I doubt she'll be able to, but I will try it. You are gonna aim for that guy, and I'm just gonna go for damage, I think. Okay, let's just go over here. Yeah, there's an owlbear. Greater enraged owlbear, not just like a simple one. Okay, so we are going to do impromptu sneak attack with a chain lightning. I want you to try and drop the bear down. Knock knock and start bashing on that guy. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Bear. Dealt good damage here. Didn't I rest before I got out? I thought I did, but all of my rods are expended. I really wanted this. Well, then just keep chain lightning. Lindsay, what are you doing? Okay, let's just pray that the leopard can actually tank a little bit from this guy, because if not, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, so aim there. You're aiming over there. My summons are gonna get out very soon. Yeah, the leopard's gonna go down. Okay, we have animate dead. Let us quicken another one. Just for extra fodder. Knock Knock is killing. Rigongar, turn your blade on. Okay, so let's have Knock Knock. And you go over there. Okay, so you cast your thing already. Good. I'm gonna try and go for some Storm Bolts here, if I can. Ooh. Cacophonous Call actually hit a bunch. Disabled, disabled, disabled. Okay, very nice, Lindsay, very nice. Damn. Okay. So you aim at this one. And you just shoot that. And we should be good. Storm Bolts. Who are you aiming at? Knock Knock. Oh my god. Knock Knock. Don't die, man. Please don't die. Please don't die. I could try to go for another one. I'll just shoot him, I think. And sing, maybe? Okay, Knock Knock dealt with it. Good. So now we're just good. We can just kill these. Well done, Lindsay. Damn. That was awesome. My leopard died. You still took a bunch of damage. Fine. Well, I did want to rest anyway before going for the tournament. Because I want to eat my chocolate ice cream for the extra skill checks. But I would have preferred that my leopard hadn't died there. Oh well. Okay. So let's take the chance here. Oh no, actually I want to rest right there. Okay. So before we enter, we're gonna rest. And you can go back to hunting. But I want to cook chocolate ice cream. So it's gonna give us a +3 to all skill checks for the day. Cooking DC is 20, we have an extra 28 here. So I think we're fine. It's for the day, right? A day. So I'm guessing 24 hours.
It's not that I would mind you borrowing.
What?
And this is also one of the reasons why it's nice to have... Middle of nowhere. To have Lindsay level up as a pure bard. Because when you get to the Rushlight Tournament, you can get a lot of very nice buffs here. And the pure bard isn't bad either. It's actually quite good, but I prefer to have somebody sturdy in the front line. Castruccio Irovetti. King Irovetti greets you personally. The bulky Khalid is broad-shouldered and looks to be somewhere between around 50 years of age. His golden crown sits on long greasy hair above a heavily powdered face covered in bristle, and his expensive doublet is stained with oily spots. He guffaws as he squeezes you in a bear hug, enveloping you in the mixed scents of sweat, wine, and expensive perfume. Doesn't that sound awesome?
Well, my crown-bearing brother, welcome to my home. Stuff yourself, drink, be my guest. You've proven yourself in combat as well as affairs of state. Let's see how you do at having fun.
Brother? What? Why? Ah, it's the crown. He's better.
Forgive me for interfering into a conversation between illustrious persons. I just meant to inquire, how is my death sentence in absentia? When I inquired about it the last time, you still couldn't determine on the type of execution, honorable sir.
Aha! Sir Northropple, of course, I remember. Well, today is a special day, and I think it will be acceptable to decorate it with a symbol of royal mercy. I officially grant you a pardon and cancel your sentence.
Oh.
But you know, between us, I decided on dismemberment.
Isn't he lovely? You are the epitome of hospitality, aren't you? But not too long ago your spine nearly killed me. You do remember the one named Tartuccio?
Tartuccio? The short purple fellow? Ha! You're bearing a grudge about something that happened years ago. I assure you that escapade in Lady Germandi's mansion was entirely his own arrogation. I sent him to spy on her, not to start a battle or a fire, or a flood for that matter. Now don't be so spiteful. I have invited you here to put all those little grievances behind us, and to establish a firm and lasting peace between our kingdoms.
Let's not antagonize him here. I'm just gonna say pat Irovetti on the back, and I'm happy to finally meet you.
It's no good for kings and queens to stay in our palaces all the time. We need to meet, be friends with one another. It's all about keeping up neighborly relations. So here's the plan. First, the Fishers' Triathlon. Then a boasting contest. And in the evening, the best part, a drunken melee. In the interim, there'll be a buffet, a fair, jugglers, acrobats, all the usual entertainment. And after the melee, I'll announce the winner. And then we'll have a festive banquet and a fireworks show. Then we just drink till morning or find a tent to crawl into. Your own or someone else's, depending on your luck. By the way, a knockout such as yourself will always be welcome in my tent. Just joking. Just a joke. Oh, and one more thing. I'll have to seal your sheath. This is a peaceful celebration, after all, and bullies will be kicked out immediately. It doesn't matter if it's a king who decided to kick up a row, or just a shopkeeper. So behave yourself, and don't start any fights while you're here.
Don't intend to.
Well, I have to go. If you need anything, talk to Nunzio Arpaia. He's my master of ceremonies, so he's responsible for organizing this mess. Have fun.
Okay, so let's try and make the most out of this. First of all, let me check here. I think I have the correct things over here. Yep, good. I also have Inspire Greatness, but this isn't better than anything that I have over here, so I think it's fine to just not have that. Soothing Performance. It's actually quite nice. Okay, so I'm just swapping some stuff around here. In case I need any of this. Okay. So the goal here is, let's see what we have. So basically we're waiting for the next curse. This is Rigongar's quest, Octavia's quest, Amidi's quest, Lindsay's quest. We have to talk to Atalia Gitaran. We can now go further in the Tenebrous Depths, yep. And for the Rushlight Tournament, we have to participate in the first contest of the tournament. And the thing you want to do here is, if you want to get the most experience out of this, if I remember correctly, and I will be double checking on the wiki as well, is that there are going to be three main events. There's going to be like the boasting one, I think there's going to be an athletics one, and then there's going to be a drunken melee, like you mentioned. And you want to win the boasting one, the athletics one, and you want to lose the drunken melee. And this is all to make sure that I think a skill check in the future is tougher. And then if you pass it, you get a lot more skill, a lot more experience out of it. So that's why we want to do that. So before we advance, we're gonna buff up with some things, I feel.
I'm thinking.
Because I want to make sure that if I'm gonna have a conversation with somebody, I want to have as much bonuses as possible in terms of skill checks. So let me see here. Good Hope gives us morale, but Heroism Greater is also morale. So 1 minute per level. She's level what? 14. That's 14 minutes of this. Let's first see what we find here, I guess. But I would suppose that these two are already worth buffing for. Can I rest here? You cannot rest here. We have chocolate ice cream.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Let me just first explore, and then I'm gonna buff and do some stuff here. Because I also have to spend some time on these traders. Show me your wares. So let's sell some stuff here. But you can already see that there's a lot of very good stuff here that you cannot get otherwise. So, like a Bardiche +4 isn't anything unique, but it is a +4 weapon. We have a Chaos Hammer, which is 90,000 gold. It's just anarchic. If it lands a critical hit, it applies the effect of Touch of Chaos, which is kind of cool. Dark Force is a spear. This +4 necrotic spear summons a friendly 9th level Will-O-Wisp for 1d6 rounds when it ends alive. Kind of potentially interesting. But it's only 9th level Will-O-Wisp. It's still something in the field for the enemies to focus on, so it's not bad. A Fauchard +4. Flaming Speed Quarterstaff. A Glaive. Jolt. +3 Runic Mageblade Shock. I think it's better than what you have, right? You just have a +2 Runic Mageblade. Do I want to spend 50,000 gold on this when I feel we're gonna get a better one soon? From a quest? Maybe not. Morning. Keen +4 Short Spear. Whenever it lands a hit, it has a chance to cast Crushing Despair on the target. Whenever it lands a critical hit, it has a chance to cast Finger of Death on the target. So I do like this a lot. It's a very cool weapon. Honestly, I felt like every time I've come to the Rushlight tournaments, I want to make some kind of build that uses this. And just because I do like this weapon a lot, the effect. But I never really did it. Maybe one day. We'll see. Spinebreaker. Unholy, which is already sucky. It's keen. And whenever it lands a critical hit, it has a chance to cast Bone Shatter. Cool. Whimsy. Whenever it lands a hit, it has a chance to cast Hideous Laughter on its target. That's actually quite nice. That is actually quite nice. I still prefer a longbow for her. Can you even use this? She can use this, actually. Tower Shield +4. Now, this is the problem with these things, right? Because I don't remember what Valerie has. But I feel like she has something similar? I don't remember. And I do know that she has a full plate +4. If we go for adamantine, we would get damage reduction. But we're gonna give her a new armor anyway soon. Well, not soon, but eventually. Yeah, like I said, I'm stingy with my gold. What is this, by the way? This is poop. Okay. So, not the Vin that I want. Oh, I forgot. I think if you come here with Valerie, I don't think it matters too much for right now, since we've already done a romance. You can actually gift her a sword.
I can see my destination.
What do you want, bitch? Okay, thankfully we already have enough skill checks for this. But I should have buffed beforehand. A young man staggers toward you, his expensive doublet wet with wine. As he passes, he brushes shoulders with you and starts yelling, his breath rank with alcohol. Watch yourself. Who do you think you are, you pig? You tramped on my foot and ruined my doublet, hick. I demand satisfaction. I'm just gonna go for the higher skill checks, I think. Best not anger at me, I've put away more people and monsters than you have bottles over the course of your waste of a life. Get out of here while you still can. Yeah. A lot of experience. Sorry, think I confuse you for someone else. Sorry, my mistake, these things happen. Mumbling apologies, the bully disappears. Okay, just back away, bitch. Best words on the river. So this is where you start spending all of your money. The Ring of Circumstances. The wearer of this ring can, after resting while wearing it, activate up to 4 abilities from the list below. Removing the ring will immediately remove all bonuses from it. So you can get, so again, 4 of these. You can get a +2 bonus to any of your stats, +1 bonus to saving throws, weapon damage rolls, all skill checks, movement speed, AC, and DC of all spells and usable abilities. So this is essentially the best ring you can get in the game. We will take it. The Belt of Physical Perfection is something that I think I'm gonna take. It's a +6 to everything, which is awesome. Greater Belt of Perfect Components. This belt makes 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level spells cast by its wearer empowered and extended, which is also quite nice. Mental Perfection. Don't need this one. This cloak grants wearer +4 deflection bonus to AC, 4 to all saving throws, 4 enhancement to enhancement to persuasion skill checks, and a +1 to AC against evil language attacks. Can only be worn by good characters. I think I'm gonna get this for my main character. The Castigator's Cloak, +4 deflection to AC, resistance, persuasion, and +2 bonus on attack and damage rolls against shaken targets. Can only be used by characters of evil alignment. Now, this is clearly something for Knock Knock, right? He's currently using one that gives him stealth, which I also like to have in just for walking around the map. But I do feel like I'm gonna get this for him as well. So the purchase here would look something like this. The Greater Belt of Perfect Components. I kinda like this. I'm just not sure if I would use this over something else. And this would bring me to 870,000 gold already. I think for sure I want to take this right now. Because if this is going to give me persuasion skill checks, I need it right now. Let me just check something here. So I am currently using Cloak of the Bear. Yes, this is a guaranteed purchase. It also frees up a ring slot because it gives me 4 deflection. I'm using this one. Yeah. So 40 persuasion. 44 persuasion. Yeah, so we are very well equipped now for persuasion skill checks. Before we get some more purchases in, let me check my other vendors to see if there's anything that's going to conflict with my purchases here, because I don't have infinite money. Some more stuff over here. The Goblin Merchant. Hello again, my friend. Ah, adventurers, look at my offers. New wares in a new bag. All new, all bestest. Only me be old. Can't be any bester. Ha! Look at this pitiful stuff. No much choice for a hero to buy, huh? Knock Knock eyes the trader's goods with obvious greed, though he still manages to turn around with feigned disdain. What are you doing here? You know, no. Sellers beware fair be. No one be calling us. We come where the buying is. We be professional traders. Okay, show me your wares, dude. Does he have anything new of interest? I don't think he does. He just has like trash items. Camping supplies. I think I did use some, didn't I? When I didn't have Cordon Pine in the party. I have... I'm gonna purchase 6. 24. If he had butter, I would take it for the chocolate ice cream. Oh, he does. Okay, thank you. I think we want persuasion for that.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna buff right now. It should be more than enough time to deal with everything here, so... I want Heroism Greater on my main character, on Rigongar, and on Knock Knock. Okay, perfect. I can also give Good Hope to everybody else.
Yes?
Now, let me just think here. Is there something else that I might want
Concentrate.
to buff up anything? I can use Blessing of the Faithful, but that's for very specific reasons.
I'm restless.
You are going to want all of the strength buffs you can get. Which means I should also have given him Valerie's belt, because it's a +6 strength. And it's also another reason to buy the belt of perfect physical thingy. Okay, but that's fine for now.
Any fun to be had?
I think Greater Heroism is mostly the main thing I want, as well as the song.
About you.
Because Inspire Competence, it's gonna give us, I think, a +4 bonus. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Haste, so just so we can move around quicker here. And make more use of our buffs. Inspire Competence. You have Lingering Performance, correct? I think you do. Yeah, you do. So let's go.
I can see my destination.
And let's speak with this guy here.
I will see this through.
Several concerned dock workers crowd around a finely dressed half-elf who listens to the workers with imperious dignity. It's as we've been telling you, Judge. This is the third shipment in 2 months they've stolen from us. Can't keep that up. Doesn't matter how good the last year's business has been. No cargo means no pay, and no pay means no new shipments. We asked you about the thefts before, and there's nothing changed. Where's the King's justice, Your Honor? Walsh Selvaway. The half-elf patiently motions for silence. It is true that pirates have taken route along the Pitax River and attacked several shipments heading upriver. The king has, he pauses noticing you for the first time. He adjusts his posture to stand taller and straightens his sash of office before continuing. King Irovetti shall address the problem soon. However, he will hear no formal complaints until after the Rushlight Tournament. In the meantime, he advised the travelers round river take care around Littletown. Until then, partake in the festivities and the king's generosity. If anyone has further questions or concerns, I am at your disposal. The gathered workers grumble and disperse, barely mollified by his response. A bright sash cuts across the man's chest, identifying him as the magistrate of Pitax. He makes a shallow bow while keeping his head inclined upward, as if being polite while also conveying his superiority. May the king's law guide you at the Rushlight Tournament today. I am clearly addressing someone important, but I don't believe we've met. The half-elf motions to his sash. I am the Honourable Welsh Selvaway, a magistrate of Pitax, judge of the people's concerns and executor of the king's justice. I overheard you talking about stolen shipments. Is that a problem? Ah, yes, that. He sets his teeth into a practiced smile, though his teeth briefly grind together. An outbreak of river piracy has caused some consternation among the citizens. Simply avoid or exercise caution near Littletown in the meantime. Perhaps Pitax would benefit from somebody who has a history of vanquishing bandits? Let us be clear, declares the magistrate, narrowing his eyes with disdain. Pitax's armed forces are entirely capable of handling these criminals. There's no need for would-be heroes or aspiring vigilantes to get involved, much less foreign interests. I recommend enjoying the rest of the festival. How can he be so deaf to the people's woes? And he calls himself a judge. A fine day to you. Okay, so I actually thought there was going to be a skill check here, but there wasn't.
There are many roads to success.
I also wonder if we're gonna have...
I always did what was right. Therefore, I became
If we're gonna
righteous.
have
Does it mean whatever I
perception
do now
skill
becomes
checks.
right because I am
There might
righteous?
be. Let me get this on her. Book. Trader. Scrolls and potions from your wares. Oh yeah, they have some cool stuff. Empower Metamagic Rod, that's cool because it goes up to level 6. Maximize, same thing. Quicken, also very powerful. Reach, and then some powerful scrolls. Okay, I will definitely want to come here and purchase some stuff from him.
Focus on the goal.
Did it without breaking it.
Chain Lightning. I think this is... You can't be here. Okay, this is Irovetti's tent. Okay, I'll be going. Ah, I think this is the lady for... Yeah, the Bard's Calling. Atalia Gitterin. In case there are gonna be skill checks here. Buff us up. Greetings, Your Highness. I am Atalia Gitterin, Headmaster of the Academy of Grand Arts. Welcome to the tournament. Is this your first time here? I'll be honest, I'm delighted to hear what you've done with Middle-earth. Not so long ago it was little more than a hole in the ground, but you've brought it real civilization. Bravo! How fares the Academy? Oh, just splendid. If you ever find time to visit Pitax, I'd gladly give you a tour. We're currently holding an exhibition of our graduates' works. Though it's a pity that... No, it's fine. Believe me, we have plenty worth coming to see and hear. Perception check passed. I get the impression that something's upsetting you. Oh no, please don't worry. I'm just disappointed one of our best students, Trebicent of Cordelon, couldn't be here today. He could be singing in any capital, but the king chose to send him to some backcountry village called Littletown. Of course, this is the town they talked about having a problem with piracy. Of course, Sinus would never squander talent, so I'm sure we'll hear from Trebiscent again. But still, I do worry. Who might you recommend I meet here? There are many respectable attendees today. You already know King Irovetti, of course. You should be sure to speak with High Priest Drey Yarns as well. He's truly a wise and honorable man. And if I may give you one piece of advice, beware of Karn Varil. He may be business partners with King Irovetti himself, but those who deal with him usually find themselves in a bad way. Since he showed up in the city, our dear captain of the guard, Irsei Kailise, has so much more work than he... Atalia stopped short, covering her mouth. Forgive me, I've probably said too much. You can even attack them here? Jesus. Lindsay has some interesting news for you. Yes! Professor Eobald found refuge in our capital. And you know what? He's writing his memoirs of his time at the academy. I'm sure it'll be an entertaining read for everyone in Pitax. No, all of Avestan. A book, you say? How brave of him. I hope he doesn't neglect to include the details of his dismissal. Atalia's voice is ice cold and bone dry. What details? What do you mean? Irovetti kicked Professor Eobald out for just being too smart, didn't he? I'm sure that's exactly how he described it. They call him the insightful for a reason, after all. Anyway, forgive me, but I have no interest in discussing this topic further. If you'd like to exchange idle gossip, I'm sure you can find much more willing and interesting company here. I suspect you know to who I'm referring. Do I? Don't think I do. Okay, so we've spoken with her. Talked to Aname de Bellavara. Just double check something here. We're fine. You guys say nothing. Drey Yarns. Let's refresh our competence bonus song here.
I can see my destination. I'm up for an adventure.
Again, in case this guy has a skill check associated to it.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
Oh, a new face at the celebration. I'm pleased to meet you. Drey Yarns, High Priest of Calistria, at your disposal. Rigongar bears his fangs in a grin. Hail the unquenchable fire. May Our Lady's charity never leave us. Oh, we passed the lore religion check. I wanted to know the DC, but I can't, I guess. Calistria is the goddess of revenge. I'm sure many mention Irovetti in their prayers to her, and probably not with the kindest words. You are well versed in matters both spiritual and political. Of course, it is not my place to say what people pray to my lady for, but you're right that many would wish for revenge upon him. To be honest, our temple has only benefited from his rise to power. Irovetti isn't stingy with his donations, and the celebrations he holds are beyond all praise. The king himself, though, his exorbitant pride is irritating. Calistria dislikes those who would place themselves above the gods, and I wouldn't be surprised if she teaches them a lesson, sooner or later. That I could deal with, though. There's something else that I find harder and harder to tolerate. You see, the goddess patronizes bodily love, but only that given voluntarily. It is sometimes difficult for me to protect our young priests and priestesses from his unsolicited attentions. Oh my god, okay. I fear to imagine how hard it must be for our beautiful Anamede, or what Atalia Gitaren must deal with. A famous Pitaxian bard who has visited your lands in the past? And had... okay. The king is said to often mistake the academy for his personal harem. Yeah, that's a problem. I've heard not exactly happy with Irovetti's reign. The priest looks away. Oh no, I have no issue with his reign. He's a generous donor and the celebrations he hosts are beyond praise. I'm guessing this is if you hadn't passed the lore religion check? The king is... okay. Okay. Do many Pitaxians worship Calistria? Of course. She's been the patron goddess of Pitax since its founding. The goddess likes our joyful town, and its citizens love her in return. If ever you visit Pitax, you would surely enjoy the proud spikes of her cathedral. It's the most beautiful building in the city. Who might you recommend I meet here? There are many prominent people here as usual. My first recommendation would be Maestro Anamede. Many would give their lives to exchange words with her. She's Pitax's best singer and the finest of its women. Okay, farewell. May the grace of the goddess always be with you. What else do we have here? There's Anamede. Whoop. Ah, sure, okay.
Without a doubt.
My bad.
Just letting the ink dry.
Let's refresh our song. Let's refresh our Blessing of the Faithful. Oh, Cordam, the famed Baron. No, excuse me. The King of Middle-earth now has come to visit us. It is such a delight to see you here. Maestro Bellavara, well, do you remember me? Lindsay blurts out, turning bright red. Ah, Lindsay, of course I remember you. You and your nonsense at the poetics exam. Sorry. I hear you have your own publishing house now. I didn't take you for the entrepreneurial sort, but I'm happy you finally found your calling. There's a lot of dialogue here. Let's just focus on Lindsay first. I believe Lindsay has a question for you. Oh, I just hope it isn't about any of the lectures I used to give at the academy. Go ahead, ask away. Anamedi smiles encouragingly at Lindsay. Lindsay turns bright red, takes a deep breath and blurts out. Sorry, but I really need to know the truth. Why did Irovetti kick Professor Eobald out of the academy? Oh, yes. He did move to your kingdom, didn't he? I'm curious how he portrayed his dismissal. I'd bet it was something like a poem in 6 verses recounting the tale of a tyrant ousting a poor but honest scientist for telling the truth. The reality is much more mundane. Irovetti didn't fire Eobald, Atalia did, and I have to give it to her. This time, unlike most times, she was completely right. What am I hearing? A respected scholar and author of so many books, articles and memorandums lied? Unbelievable! That can't be. Why did she expel Eobald? Well, Eobald is a very fine teacher, of course, but he pays too much attention to how his favorite students perform in class, and not enough to their extracurricular activities. Why worry if they steal a trinket here or there, or maybe rough someone up on occasion, so long as their poetry and music are exemplary? Predictably, this led to a sad end. What was supposed to be just another innocent joke from one of his favorites, Alondi, led to someone's death. It was an accident, certainly. The kids just underestimated their own strength. Atalia expelled a lot of them, and as always, Eobald went to stand up for them. But this time he discovered that her patience was not boundless. She blamed him, said that he'd let his troublemakers run wild, so he could get out of the academy along with them. She told him she won't tolerate any more bullying, even if it's coming from genius students. I understand it's odd to hear won't tolerate from Atalia Gitaran, but that's what really happened. Pale, Lindsay looks at Anamedi with huge eyes, unable to utter a word. If Irovetti didn't banish Eobald, then why did he send those cutthroats after him? He'd planned to return the old man to Pitax and make Atalia reinstate him into the academy, or, failing that, he at least wanted to keep him from going to U. Eobald the Insightful is a prominent name. Of course Irovetti would want a teacher serving him rather than his neighbors. Why would Atalia hide the circumstances around Eobald's dismissal? She doesn't like to discuss the academy's internal affairs. Behind that neat facade there are too many events that she's looked the other way over the years. All in good faith, of course. Well, thank you for telling us the truth. I'm not sure you should be thanking me. I see poor Lindsay's not too happy with this truth. Hey, come on girl, shut up. Being disappointed by people is practically a professional necessity for people like us. Whatever I may have said before, you're not a bad bard, and that means sometimes you have to face the music. Lindsay gulps and whispers, thank you. Okay. So tell me, are the songs you composed for Irovetti as bold as the ones you sang at my capital? Have my humble verses so offended you that you still recall their sting? Please, your highness, it doesn't behoove a person of your standing to take umbrage against a petty bard. Don't you know the old proverb? The tunes are chosen by the one who pays the piper. What can you tell me about King Irovetti? Anamedi's face darkens for a moment, but she quickly regains her sweet smile. It seems like nobody likes him. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's a great man. Pitax was a boarding place before him. Only pirates, fences and other scum did any business in the area. But then King Irovetti came and turned it into the cultural capital of the region. With him in charge, the arts have flourished and the city's been filled with songs, paintings and statues. I just pray that Calistria breeds the same love for the arts into the withered hearts of some of the other rulers on the region who'd prefer to squander their resources on saber rattling. Some may say that King Irovetti doesn't have a taste for arts. Any successful person gets haters spreading dirty rumors about them. You should hear the things they say about me. Pay it no mind. Our king is a man of exquisite taste, with appreciation for all kinds of art. He is also an unsurpassed singer, a skilled hunter, an excellent horseman, and able to bake fancy breads while juggling daggers. If you begin on the path of singing the praise of your superiors, dear, at least use your imagination. I love Jubilost. I've heard King Irovetti can be too persistent in his flirtations. Anamedi purses her lips for a moment, then replies slowly, choosing her words carefully. I'd prefer not to discuss the private life of His Highness with strangers, much less my own. The details of any interactions between us will remain just that, between us. Let's please discuss another topic. Does he have any enemies? Of course he has enemies, lots of them, just like anyone who's actually accomplished anything in life. Take some of the old trade houses, for example. Liacenza and some others whom he stripped of their power. They'd love to see him at the bottom of the river, but even now, in their mutual sorry states, they can't manage to work together. There's also Irsei Kailise, captain of the guard. He was just seething with indignation when the king brought new rulers to the city. But who wants to listen to the whinings of fellas like them? Irovetti brought the golden age on Pitax. Maybe we can use this against him in the future? Tell me about the tournament. Our beloved king has run this tournament once in several years since he took the throne. Guests from all over the River Kingdoms come for it, from Daggermark to Miven. It's a pity Brevoy didn't honor us with any representative this year. I guess the Aldori aren't in a very festive mood right now. On the bright side, we get to host you for the first time. And Callistria willing, it won't be the last. Who might you recommend I meet here? That depends on what you're looking for. If you're in the mood for pleasant company, well, you've already met me. And if you're in the mood for some oh my god, what is this? Schadenfreude, you could listen to the whining of Gasper Liacenza, representative of the trade house that ruled Pitax before King Irovetti seized power. Okay. His family lost the Pitaxian crown in a card game. Or maybe Atalia Gitaran, the headmaster of the academy, who seems to think her skill at bureaucracy makes her a good bard. And if thrills are what you're after, especially the shivers down your spine kind, try speaking with Karn Varil, head of the Thieves Guild. I do want to talk to him. Tell me about yourself. You could have easily asked any of my admirers who Juana Medi Bellavara is. That'd be about 3/4 of Pitax, and the rest are all my haters. You don't get to be the best among the city of poets and musicians without gathering a few enemies along the way. But why should I concern myself with hacks and swordheads? True enough. Enjoy the celebration. I can't believe it. Teacher lied to me all this time. I'm going to learn the truth as soon as we get back to the capital. Okay, so we got some more experience.
I will guide.
We advanced the quest. And I think now the next step is just to talk to Eobald the Insightful. So basically we are done with Lindsay in here. We don't have to worry about her anymore. We will still have to explore this further. I will have to decide what I want to buy with the money I have, because as you saw, I don't have infinite amounts of money. And if I want to purchase everything that seems cool to me, I'm not gonna have enough. I will probably even sell some of the things I have here that are worth a lot of money to make up for some of the purchases I might want to do. But we'll see what we're actually gonna get. This is fine. Yeah, okay. So for now, my friends, we're gonna end this episode. In the next one, we're gonna continue exploring the Rushlight Field and Rushlight Tournament. We're gonna clear all of the traders. We're gonna clear all of the skill checks for a lot of experience, hopefully. And then we're gonna go back to, you know, normal life. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me on the channel, watching some Pathfinder Kingmaker. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, you know what to do. Leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.